And we're rolling, 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 yeah, rolling, rolling on the river, rolling on the... We're out of notes. Hello and welcome back to the Salisha Show. I'm your host, Salisha Thomas, and I'm here at the beautiful Gotham Production Studios in Midtown Manhattan on the Gotham Podcast Network. Let's freaking go. Love it here. Thank you so much, you guys. And okay, so I don't know if you can see, I'm sure. If you're listening to this episode, let me give you a visual. I am 37 weeks pregnant in these streets in New York City. I am big as a house. I walk down the sidewalk and people are like, is she going to give birth right here, right now? Well, let me tell you a little bit something else. I just got back from Oklahoma and it was a wild trip. We did a benefit concert at Oklahoma State in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and with Hugh Jackman. It's the same show that we've been doing at the Radio City Music Hall for his residency, except it was one night only in Oklahoma. Like, we're talking like an hour and a half away from the airport. Like, we're deep, okay? I don't know what, like, we're somewhere. And they're like, can you sing backup? I'm like, well, I'll be 36 weeks pregnant. Let me ask my doctor. And I went to Dr. Camila Phillips thinking she was going to be like, girl, no. And you know what she said? She said, it's for Hugh Jackman? Girl, get on that plane. I was like, what? She said, you gonna let this baby rule your life before he even get here? Girl, live your life. This is your career. I was like, okay. So then I told them, I went back to work. I'm like, my doctor said I'm good to go. And she really did mean it. I was like, are you sure I'll be okay? She's just like, well, just go and come back. You're not there for like 2 weeks, right? I was like, no, I'm there for like 2 days. We were there for less than 48 hours. She's like, okay, yeah, you can do this. Just don't get stuck there. But if you do, the worst case scenario is that you will have the baby in Oklahoma. I was like, that's literally the worst case scenario. I don't want that. All of our stuff is here. We'll be stuck there. So long story long, I told them, I was like, listen, the only way I can go is if Andrew comes with me. So Andrew comes to Oklahoma with me. He's sitting next to me on the flight. We are getting tons of looks in the airport. People can't look away. But nobody said anything. And for all of those people who are wondering, or who have actually asked me personally, like, are you sure you can fly at that point? The answer, my friends, is yes. It is yes. It is yes. Not a single person questioned me at the airport. Now, if I looked like I was going into labor, there might have been some actual questions asked, but I don't think they're allowed to ask, especially since when I was 5 months pregnant, people were already asking, are you due any day now? Guess what? That hurts my feelings. That is offensive. So I would think it would be a similar thing. Like if you're at the airport and somebody asks you like kind of basically saying like, you look huge, that could be kind of offensive to some people if they aren't ready to pop. I am ready to pop, so that's a little different. But I got on the plane. My experience was fine. It was a 3-hour flight. There was some turbulence, but it was very peaceful and it was pretty smooth. And I'm just saying that as an encouragement. If there's anybody out there who is like, oh, I really have this thing to do while I'm really pregnant. I got to visit a family member or whatever that thing is for you. Everyone is different. Everyone's pregnancy is different. But I actually had a pretty smooth trip at 36 weeks. So we get to Oklahoma and I'm working. So I have my work brain on. They pick us up in a car. They take us to the venue. I get there and the tour director's like, where's Andrew? I'm like, what do you mean, where's Andrew? He's at the hotel or he's out for a walk right now. He's like, he's just going to hang out at the hotel all day. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, like, I'm at work. He works remote. He'll be fine. And he was like, bring him here. There's a green room here. We got AC. Tell him to like come out and work out here or whatever. And then during the show, he can hang out with me backstage, stage right. I was like, for real? Like, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where it was just so open and so welcome to like well, I guess I've never been in a really serious relationship to where I would want somebody backstage with me, or like I haven't had a child yet. Like I've never needed that. So this was the first time that was offered, and I was really shocked. So I texted Andrew. I was like, do you want to come? He was like, no, I'm good. I was like, well, you're welcome to hang out in the green room. There's free catering. And during the show, you can be backstage. Because like tickets were like $1,000 to like $4,000 or $5,000. Something crazy. So I wasn't thinking like, let me buy him a ticket. I'm like, you're going to stay at the hotel and we'll get room service when I get back. Like, that's what I was thinking. But no, he came and it was so fun. He got to watch the show from the stage, and it was actually the first time that he got to meet Hugh Jackman. Like, I feel like Hugh and I have talked about Andrew for the last 8.5 months. I'm 8.5 months pregnant right now. And he has talked to him from the stage as to somebody in the audience, but he's never gotten to like meet him or shake his hand. And he finally did in Oklahoma, of all places. Like, we did our circle up and he stood right next to him without realizing, like, oh, you're Andrew. And so he was like, hey man, like, welcome. It was really cool. And knowing that Andrew was like so jazzed, he was so like, he kept his cool, because Andrew doesn't always keep his cool when he sees somebody that he's like, oh my God. But he kept his cool. But I could look at him and he was so happy. And during the show, we get to the part where Hugh introduces the singers, and he gets to me, and he's like, this is Salisha +1. When do you do? I'm like, October 8th. He's like, okay, our last show is October 4th. What could possibly go wrong? And she's like, and he said, and her husband is here tonight. And he looks off to the wings and sees Andrew in the wings. And he's like, hey, Andrew, you want to say hi or something like that? And Andrew, like, we are all thinking Andrew is probably going to like pop his head out and be like, hello, and then go away. My freaking husband walks onto the stage and keeps walking towards 0. I'm like, are you joking right now? He's waving. He's acting like he's coming out on the Letterman show or something. I'm like, and literally both Hugh Jackman and myself were like, oh, okay. The audience is laughing. Hugh is like, he's the least shy person that I've ever met. So what does Hugh do? He gets him a chair. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So now Andrew is sitting on the stage in the corner and filming with his phone, like proud husband on the stage, front row seat with his phone. I'm like, and we start singing, I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me that I call my own. And it's hard for me to sing because I'm super pregnant. But I keep going, and gosh, there's so much love in this cast and in this show, and it really is so special to me. Hugh gets up from sitting next to me and brings Andrew to sit next to me and moves the stool closer to me. And now Andrew is like sitting with the 4, like there's the 3 backup singers. I don't know where Hugh's gonna go, but he's sitting here next to me, and it was really a sweet moment. It was like, it went from like, wait, I've never even brought a significant other to work, And now he's not just at my place of work, he is on the stage. He is part of the story. And I look over at him and he's just a kid in a candy shop. He's just so happy. And I finally was able to take a moment and to take it all in and to take him in and to remember that I am almost 9 months pregnant with Andrew's child, and we're singing about a million dreams, and it was just a really beautiful moment. And then Hugh comes and stands in the middle of the four of us to sing his part. It just worked out perfectly. It worked out perfectly. And it was a moment that I just didn't even imagine. I did not imagine that would have ever happened coming to Oklahoma. I was just trying to not give birth there. That's it. That is all I had in my brain. Go. You need to save up as much money as you can before baby Weiss comes. So go and get back. That was my objective. I had no idea that it was going to be a magical moment, but I shouldn't have been surprised because Hugh creates these magical moments every single month. We do one weekend a month of shows, and something always happens to where he just it just feels so out of this world, magical. I don't know how else to describe it. He's just so effervescent and so generous on stage and so giving and so genuinely kind. It's just a really beautiful thing to watch him create these moments. And yeah, it's just really great. So we got through the show. It was so fun. We go home and I'm just okay, we're almost there. Just don't let your water break, Salisha. If your water breaks, it might be game over. So just hold on a few more hours. And I did. The baby did. Baby's still inside. We're back in New York City. And he's still in me as of this recording. So we got on the plane and we made it back to New York. And hallelujah. Just so grateful. So now we just, as of today, 37 weeks, we know he can come at any time. And I'm just on the journey. I have a little sinus pressure. My first time having any sinus anything during this pregnancy. So that's new, but I think it's okay. And I just feel a lot of gratitude right now. And I feel like everything's going to be okay. And I don't know how everything's going to play out or the details, but I believe it's going to work out. I really do. We'll have answers by the time this episode airs. Oh, we will have answers. So thank you for coming on this journey with me. And until next time.